are just a little dangerous in, say dangerous. In presenting this business. And I gotta also tell you, presenting this business is not difficult. It is simple. Say simple.
Simple.
I'm telling you, it's simple. Do you guys agree the older we get, the more difficult we make things? Is that true? Man, when we're kids, stuff is simple. The older we get, the more difficult we make things. It's like we're like self-defeating creatures for some reason, and we're gonna try to clean a bunch of that up. Now, let me give you just very quickly my background. This may make some of you very comfortable. This may make some of you a bit nervous. I had no background in this, thank you. I've never done anything like this. I was bartending at night, working in the golf business during the day. A friend of mine came and asked me to take a look at this. He had to ask me 4 times. The 4th time is when I said yes. Do you guys agree with me that if you are bartending at night in Hollywood, and you have a business in the golf world during the day, you guys agree the bar business is late, yes or no?
Yes.
Golf business? I was working morning, noon, and night, but when I saw the information, here's what I saw: residual income. And I earned residual income the better part of my adult life because I was out in Hollywood for the entertainment business, done some TV shows and movies and things like that. So when I saw residuals, I said, you gotta be kidding me. Say it, you gotta be kidding me. 4 guys 30 years ago put together a business where we can get paid residual income on things that we cannot pay off. Who's in? That's the presentation. Do you guys agree? Mm-hmm. Can everybody say what I just said?
Yeah.
You're trained. Awesome. That's it. But I do want to go through a couple specific things. So there's going to be some slides I'm going to go through. I want you guys to take pictures of them. Make sure you take the training with you. Do not commit this thing to memory. We have a multi-billion dollar industry, multi-million dollar business for all of us to work from home. Don't commit it to memory. Do you guys agree with me? We forget the grocery list.
Yes.
We need to get this information down. So let's get going. Here we go. There we go. Awesome. First thing I want you to know, there's no limit now between home meetings and Zoom. Now, I love the fact that we're starting to get in front of people again. I love the fact that we're getting into living rooms and coffee shops, but Zoom is tremendously valuable. You can build from home or build from whatever place you can get in front of someone on behalf of yourself and behalf of your team. The next thing is this. You got to have a reason why. Now, you've heard this. Now, I've heard a lot of things about reasons why. You know, how about your dreams? Anybody have any dreams that are bigger than their job?
Yes.
Is it crazy that we work at jobs expecting to fulfill our dreams, but we know our dreams cannot be financed by our jobs? And I'm not talking about cars and boats and homes. I'm talking about stuff like, as we acquire customers, I'm talking about getting some bills paid. I'm talking about getting out of debt. I'm talking about paying off a student loan, retiring a parent, those affairs of the heart. By the way, that in and of itself, would that make it worth it to learn how to explain this business, yes or no?
Yes.
Say the word explain.
Explain.
Say the word share.
Share.
You're going to hear that a lot. So take a look. There's some information that you need to understand about the stages of a meeting. Okay? There's before the meeting, there's during the meeting, and there's after the meeting. And I got to tell you, in my experience, it's the before the meeting and after the meeting that are golden. So what I'm here to share with you is the part, the meat in between the bread. It's what's in the sandwich. It's the presentation, because the presentation is simple. Say simple.
Simple.
Say I got this.
I got this.
I'm telling you, you don't have to yell at me. I know you got it. Before the meeting, you want to get to know your guests. See, when you get to know them and spend a little bit of time with them, you get to find out the things that are important to them. And when you find out what's important to them, you can tailor the presentation to those things. And now it feels like you're actually talking with them because you are, in fact, talking with them. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yes.
During the meeting, 10 to 15 minutes. I remember back in the day, it's like I'm shocked to say it, we used to do an hour-and-a-half presentation with a flip chart when I got started in ACN. Now the thing is done almost as soon as it starts because the company has made it so simple. And after the meeting, you want to, if you're doing Zoom, use breakout rooms. If you're not using Zoom, you want to just bring your guests to the side. You know, a word that you're going to hear a lot is sort, not sell. We're sorting people. You have the red apple people, green apple people, and rotten apple people. Doesn't mean they're rotten people. They're just not open to the opportunity. Let me tell you guys something. I tell this to people in LA all the time. If everybody was walking around the malls with an apple over their head, we wouldn't even have to do the freaking presentation. Red apple, red apple, red apple, red apple, reds, come with me. We're going to build a business together. Green apples, I'll meet you over there and answer your questions. Rotten apples, there's the door.
I love it.
By the way, who understands that sometimes rotten apples share your last name? True or not true?
True.
Who understands sometimes you kiss a rotten apple goodnight? Piece of advice? Piece of advice? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Make it quick. Good night. I'm not talking about this anymore. Like, the conversation's over. If we can just sort through people, guess what? It takes all the pressure off. The greatest thing about presenting, there is no pressure to present. You're simply sharing information. Say share.
Share.
You're going to hear that. You're sharing this. It doesn't matter. They are who they are. You cannot change who they are. So how quickly should this go? The presentation, the explanation, the share session, 12 to 15 minutes. A quick minute to introduce yourself. You're going to play the video, which the company does a phenomenal job at. Go through the slides. I'm going to cover some basics of the slides with you in a minute. Testimonials are important. In fact, I would submit to you that the testimonials are the most important part of the presentation or the explanation or the share session. Because people relate to people, not to businesses. And if someone looks at a person giving a testimonial and they go, that's me. Like, I get that. Like, I was working 2 jobs. Like, I'm trying to retire a parent. If this person, I need to talk to that person. And your good testimonial helps someone get enough belief and enough courage to go, you know what, I'm doing this. I don't want to miss out. You guys agree a testimonial is important, yes or no? Absolutely. So, with your permission, do I have your permission?
Yes.
Okay, how about the other 3/4 of you?
Yes.
Okay, sure, just asking. I'm polite, want to ask. With your permission, we're going to present, share, explain the business together. But I have a note or two that I want to give you right before we do it. So let me know if you're ready.
Right.
Okay, cool. The single most important factor in a presentation is, by the way, I'd write this down if you're not recording it. The single most important factor in a presentation is time. Why do I say that it's time? You guys agree that if a flight gets delayed, that's a bummer. If a flight arrives early, that's great. You have more time. If you ask someone for 30 minutes and you're done in 20 minutes, they'd be like, this is awesome. I'm going to put everybody in front of this. You ask them for 30 minutes and you go 45 minutes or an hour, they're like, dude, I got to get out of here. Like, my wife's going to kill me. I said I was going to be home at blah, blah, blah. Does that make sense? So the most important factor is time. Second thing I want you to know is this. When we present the business, we are on the guest schedule. When we launch someone's business, they are on our schedule. We're not trying to race through launch. You got awesome training today on that. But when we're presenting the business, we want to make sure that we are respectful for their time. And I just really want to make sure that you guys just remember this. You're not presenting. There's no huge production. You're sharing, you're explaining, you're telling. The same way you would if you saw a great movie or you went to a great restaurant, you're just sharing. So, you guys are going to pick a partner. I don't care who it is, just make sure the person is next to you. You're going to pick a partner, and we're going to cover some of these slides. Let's take a look at the first slide. Here's all I want you to say. Ready? 30 years in business, 27, hang on. Oh, you guys are good. You guys are ready. I love that. 30 years in business, 27 countries, very well documented. So whoever the first person is, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go ahead and say that.
30 years in business.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Everybody stop. Everybody stop. How's your presentation going? Great! Okay, now I want the other person to say what the first person just said. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, by the way, I don't know what you're still saying, but that was a lot. You guys said, wait, by the way, you just gave yourself a very important coaching tip. Sometimes people say way more than they need to, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Essential services. So you guys, check this out. We market essential services from the largest providers in the world. So here we go. Number 1, we market essential services from the largest providers in the world.
We market essential services from the largest market in the world.
Done. Number 2's, we market essential services.
The largest market.
Okay, we gotta take a 20-second time out. Do some coaching here. By a show of hands, being honest, how many people are not saying the words I'm telling you to say? Because I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Like, you guys, does it get any easier than we market services from the largest providers in the world? Is that pretty simple, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, watch this one. Our business model, we don't advertise, we use word of mouth. Number 1's,
Our business model, we don't advertise, we use word of mouth.
number 2's, we don't advertise, we use word of mouth.
Word of
Perfect. Number 3, getting started in the company, $2.99, $25 a month. Number 1's,
Getting started in the company, $2.99, $25 a month.
number 2's. By the way, I want you to know if you're wearing a mask, and I know some of you are wearing a mask, completely free to do so. If I don't see your jaw moving, I know you're not talking. So don't try to try to hide behind me. This is not my first rodeo. Okay, you get some things. Could you read those boxes? Now, number 1's, I want you to read the boxes step by step. Number 1's, here we go. Personal.
Office online marketing tools, complete business tracking and reporting, and complete customer support.
Perfect. Number 2's.
Fast online marketing tools, complete business tracking and reporting, complete customer support.
Okay, now, in that part, I'm going to tell you, it sounded better. I couldn't hear every one of you. I'm hoping some of you weren't just mumbling through it. This is kind of what it sounded like up here. But I'm letting you know that if you're saying it, you guys realize you're almost halfway through the overview, and we've been doing this together for just over 2.5 minutes. You're halfway through learning how to explain this business simply in just over 2.5 minutes. Let's keep going. So, now, I'm going to show you how you get paid.
Now we're going to show you how to get paid.
And it's awesome.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
By the way, we have some ad-libbers going on over here. We got a guy over here going, man, pretty darn good. By the way, put whatever word you want, just know your audience. Okay, next. The first way, okay, perfect. The first way we get paid
That's why we got paid.
are upfront bonuses
Our upfront bonuses
as you acquire customers
as you acquire customers
with our help.
with our help.
Done. The first way, so number 1, so let's do it together. The first way you get paid
The first way you get paid
is when you acquire
is
customers
when you acquire customers
with our help.
with our help.
Number 2, the first way you get paid
The first way you get paid
is when you acquire
is
customers
when you acquire customers
with our help.
with our help.
Everybody okay?
Yes.
Everybody breathing?
Yes.
No panic attacks?
No.
We're just reading the slide. Right? Pretty good? The second way you get paid
When you get paid
is residual. Now watch how I say it. The second way you get paid is residual income. Number 2's?
The second way you get paid is residual income.
Awesome. By the way, I just to let you know, make residual sound as sexy as you want.
Residual.
I'm just telling you, it is. Getting paid. So what does that mean? Here's the key phrase, you guys. Hang with me. You get paid over and over and over and over for doing something once. Once, you get paid
Over and over and over and over for doing something once.
Number 2, you get
You get
paid
paid over and over and over and over for doing something once.
Does that sound good?
Yes.
By the way, this is going great because you guys literally just answered me. That's awesome. It's going really well. It sounds right. So if it here's my little transition. If it makes sense to you,
If it makes sense to you,
do you think it's going to make sense to someone else?
do you think it's going to make sense to somebody else?
Here we go. You get to build a team.
You get to build a team.
Here goes. Every time a new person joins your team,
Every time a new person joins your team
and we help them acquire their customers,
and you help them acquire the customers,
ACN pays you a bonus.
ACN pays you a bonus.
Number one's every time
Every time
someone joins your team
someone joins your team
and we help them acquire customers,
and help them acquire customers,
ACN pays you a bonus.
ACM pays you a bonus.
Number two's every time
Every time
someone joins your team
someone joins your team
and we help them acquire customers,
and help them acquire
ACN
customers,
pays you a bonus.
ACN gives you a bonus.
And the fourth way you get paid,
And the fourth way you get paid,
you make residual income from your team's customers' bills. Number one. The fourth way you get paid is you make
residual income.
Number two's every people people pay their bills. You're making your percentage of those bills from your team's customers' bills. There are positions in the company.
The positions in the company.
We want to help you move left to right.
We want to help you move from left to right.
As you move left to, this is very important, you guys, please get this down, especially if you're taking notes. As you move left to right, you get paid more.
You get paid more.
And you get paid better.
And you get paid better.
We're doing the same two things.
We're doing the same two things.
Getting some customers,
Getting some customers,
getting some customer getters.
getting some customer getters.
At this point, typically after, by the way, is everybody breathing? Is everybody good?
Yeah.
You guys, did I do anything extraordinary right here?
Yes, you
Not
are
even
absolutely
one
excellent.
bit. We read a couple words on a few slides together. Do you guys agree we can all do this, yes or no?
Yes.
I mean, you guys can literally, by the way, you can literally read the piece of paper or read the PowerPoint as you're doing it. No need to memorize anything. The company has put it all right there. We simply want you sharing the opportunity so we can start the sorting process with a large number of people. Now, testimonials are the most important thing. I think testimonials are great, and the most important thing to know about a testimonial is just make sure they're coached up for a second. Make sure you know what they're saying, and it's got to be something simple, something like, hey, my name is Dean Tarrolly. I got started in the company 30 days ago. I have 4 business partners. I have 21 customers, and really it's because of the training and support. So when it comes to testimonials, what I really want you to impress upon people is it's because of the training and the support. So I'm going to ask you, what is it from?
Training and support.
Done. After the position slide in the presentation, right, it says if you've attended a Zoom meeting or an in-person meeting, highlight 1, maybe 2 particular people. They like what they heard, they attended a training, they got started, and because of the training and support, I'm here right now. So excited about what's going to happen. Now, I said we're not selling, we're not convincing, we're sorting. If you look, there's yeses, there's questions, and there's nos. Yes is very simple. We're signing up as an IBO, get them on the team, let's promote the training, let's get them launched properly. If they have questions, promote a meeting with the mentor, let your mentor answer the questions for them, promote the training. And if there are no, you guys, this is important. If there are no, thank them for their time. Be grateful for the time that they gave you. Let's ask them to become a customer and any referrals. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Excellent. Skip this one and go right here. If they are not interested in the business, I think this is an awesome, you guys should take a screenshot of this. This is genius. If they are not open to making money with us, are you open to getting an evaluation to get you a healthcare quote? Are you open to a quote to evaluate your healthcare costs? We didn't say we're signing them up. We just said, are you open to get a quote? Like, who wouldn't want to get a quote if they're asked respectfully and kindly after the presentation, right? Does that make sense to everybody, yes or no?
Yes.
I'm letting you guys know, I promise you, you can do this. This is simple. Can I just tell you something, like heart to heart? Your worst fears of presenting will never come to pass. It's just like we make things so much more challenging in our heads than they really are. I'm telling you, you're going to finish this. You're going to come find me at the next event. You're going to be like, you were right. I'm like, about which part? About the presenting thing. Tell me what happened. I presented to my brother. I thought it was going to be negative. I finished it in 10 minutes. He signed up before we left the coffee shop. Done! That's how this thing works. And when they see you doing this, watch what happens. Now, I want to show you guys something really quick. So keep your eye on the screen. We're in the Dallas area. You guys remember a guy named Deion Sanders? I found a clip. He's a coach at Jackson State, might be the new coach of Colorado. And I found a clip, and he says something really remarkable, so please watch this. And he talks about football, but he also talks about family, and he talks about business. So I want to show you this. And
on with most of our athletes today. We don't practice to be great.
We don't practice to be dominant. We practice to practice. What do you mean by that, Prime? I'm glad you asked. We practice counting the number of periods. We practice understanding how much time we got left. We practice just to get through practice. We couldn't deals in practice. You go soft, I go soft. We don't practice to be dominant. When I ask you, what was your purpose of practice? You ain't got no answer for me. I'm gonna ask you, what is your purpose of practice? I don't care if you practice at work. I don't care if you practice with your relationship. I don't care if you practice in any endeavor you choose to do. What is your purpose for practice? I practiced to be the best ever. So every time I walked on that field, I had a purpose for my practice. True.
Awesome. Do you guys realize, is that awesome? Let me tell you, the co-founders have a purpose for us being here. The leaders like a Mr. Presley Swagger, the senior vice president, has a purpose for us being here. Our purpose here, someone had that purpose for me, was to help me become better at this, to achieve the things that I wanted out of this, and on a piece of paper, or 8 little boxes to learn, to share with someone. We can do everything in our power together to help you achieve your purpose, which is designed by the company to give you the freedom to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want, where you want, as long as you want, by getting this thing down. Was this helpful?
Yes.
Guys, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.